Okay, let's go over to Cambodia. Prime Minister Hun Sen declared the cancellation of traditional New Year celebrations and supposed to be on April 13th to the 16th. Now, let's hear more about this from Crystal Ann Ballesteros. Crystal.
Hi, Alma. Well, that is correct. Khmer New Year celebration cancelled amid the COVID-19 pandemic. Cambodian Prime Minister Hun Sen announced a new measure to fight COVID-19 by cancelling the celebration of Khmer New Year, supposedly be held from 14 to 16 of April 2020. The Prime Minister addressed in the press conference on COVID-19 held at Peace Palace on Tuesday. Prime Minister Hun Sen also ordered Minister of the Council Bin Chin and Minister of Economy and Finance on Porni Monirwat to announce and implement no holiday policy during Khmer New Year and ensure that state and private institutions reciprocate holidays for civil servants, workers, and employees when the kingdom won battle against COVID-19. Meanwhile, Prime Minister says declaring a state of emergency is unlikely to happen. Prime Minister Hun Sen said yesterday that declaring a state of emergency will be unlikely to happen as COVID-19 is under control. Speaking at a press conference in Phnom Penh, Mr. Hun Sen said that the state of emergency would not be declared if the draft is passed, but the government still needs it once the situation gets out of control. Mr. Hun Sen said that the possibility to declare the state of emergency is 0.1%. The National Assembly's Permanent Committee decided to send the state of emergency draft law to an expert commission to study it before setting a date for plenary session for debate. Mr. Hun Sen said the National Assembly will debate the draft law during its plenary session on Friday. He said that he hopes that the draft will be adopted after the Khmer New Year celebrations. Still, Mr. Hun Sen calls on public to take precaution against the COVID virus outbreak. Prime Minister Hun Sen has called on the public to take extra precaution amid the COVID-19 outbreak in the kingdom, noting that Cambodia is still at high risk. He said that the National Committee for Combating COVID-19 will review its strategy and lay out long-term measures to fight the coronavirus. 3 days of no new cases of COVID-19 ends with one new case reported yesterday, bringing tally to 115. The 3 consecutive days of no COVID-19 positive victims was shattered when a 27-year-old Vietnamese woman was tested positive for the deadly virus. 5 new cases of recovery and discharge was also reported today. All of the recovered were Cambodians in Siem Reap, Bantay Menchay, Phoi Phet, Phnom Penh, and Kampong Cham. Back to you, Alma.
All right. The Department of Foreign Affairs, through the Philippine Embassy in Cambodia, intends to charter a flight from Phnom Penh to Manila to bring Filipinos stranded in Cambodia. Can you tell us more about this?
Yes, Alma, that is also correct. Let me add more about it. The Philippine Embassy in Cambodia intends to charter a flight from Phnom Penh to Manila to bring Filipinos stranded in Cambodia because of the non-availability of commercial flights and the closure of Cambodia's international borders. This program will be on a first-come, first-served basis. But those whose employment have been terminated or otherwise economically impacted by COVID-19, as well as those with special needs, will be given priority. If Filipino nationals have intention to return to Cambodia, they are asked not to apply to this repatriation program and give way to those in bigger need to return to the Philippines. Repatriates will go through the mandatory screening by Philippine health authorities upon arrival at NAIA. They will also be required to undergo self-quarantine for 14 days. They will be provided transportation to destinations in Metro Manila and nearby provinces. Those whose final destination is in the Visayas or Mindanao will need to coordinate with relatives in Metro Manila for temporary shelter while the enhanced community quarantine is in place. The flight is tentatively scheduled on April 12, but the exact time is still to be determined. Alma?
All right. Thank you very much for that update, Crystal Ann. And we'll be keep the updates coming. Please stay home and stay safe. Stay healthy.
Thank you, Alma. That's it for today. I'll keep you updated on the recent news about COVID-19 here in Cambodia. I am Crystal Ann Ballesteros, and we live in interesting times.